morning viewers. Today we're doing something slightly different. I was cycling around the neighborhood and noticed that the people were raking up their leaves because it's autumn here, and then they just throw their leaves away in the garbage, and that's actually not the right thing to do. So what one wants to do is you want to create your own compost heap. And if you create a compost heap and you put all your leaves in it and you put all your grass cuttings in it and all the cuttings that you do off your bushes and that you trim on a regular basis, you then get this most beautiful compost. Now this is lovely compost that I've got here. It's all dark and black inside there, and I use this to mulch my whole garden with. So this entire compost heap that I've got here, which is absolutely massive, it is as tall as I am. I use this and it mulches my entire garden once off. So what you do is you take these and you put it in between your plants. I put some old leaves around here between my plants, and it actually helps the plants maintain their moisture, which means that you water less frequently in your garden. It also makes the ground extremely soft so that you can pull out the weeds and that. If you have areas like in this area here where there's very little mulching, you will see that the ground becomes hard and it makes it difficult for the plants to grow, and it's more likely that weeds will come up. As soon as you get more mulch, you can see here there's a little bit more mulch here, it makes the ground softer. I haven't done anything, it's not wet, it's not anything. I can dig the ground quite easily, and I can dig a hole with my hands and then plant a bush quite easily there. So what one wants to do is you want to mulch it. Like I said, it helps keep your plants moist so that you don't have to water as much or ever. I've got an indigenous garden, so I don't ever water my garden unless I've planted something. And it makes for the ground to be softer. It also makes your ground change color. So if you can see, here's more reddish colored ground, and that's the color of the soil that we have, versus that there that's a little bit more brown, and sometimes it can even become black. This is some fresh grass that I've planted here, and the soil underneath is black. So you want to try and mulch on a regular basis, once a year, twice a year. I do mine twice a year. I do it now in autumn and then again in spring. After the cold of the winter, we prune everything and then we mulch it, and everything flowers beautifully all year round. I don't have problems. I don't have to water my garden, and then we just trim the bushes and that. You can mulch your grass. Now you don't want to do it a thick layer. It's a very thin layer of mulch on your ground, and a slightly bigger layer in your flower beds. But when you do mulch, it just helps to make the ground soft, and everything just grows better. So if we have a look at this flower bed here, see we've got areas that have been mulched a little bit there. The leaves have fallen down. I just leave the leaves there. I rake up the leaves off the grass and we put them into the flower bed, or if there's already mulch in the flower beds, you put the leaves in the compost heap, and then everything grows, everything stays moist, everything looks better, the ground is softer, you don't get weeds coming up because mulch prevents weeds from growing, and it just makes for, look at all these wonderful leaves that I can rake up and put in my compost heap. So don't throw away your leaves, make a compost heap, get your mulch growing, it's ideal.